The XRP rally continues as it's holding well above the dollar mark and hitting 22 billion in volume for the last 24 hours. MicroStrategy printing billions. Spot ETFs seeing inflows. Money's flowing all over.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And you know we're going to talk some XRP price talk at the end, but your comments come first. That's right. You, the viewer, matter most. Hot, spicy, naughty, and relevant. Maybe I'll share it at the beginning of the next video. Kryptonian says, I'm glad I stumbled upon Klaus. You, my man friend, are very informative. Yes, I bring you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, and holy crap, has it been nonstop good news. I've got even more. Pena says, so I put my bonus in XRP last time. It was 49 cents. Entry buy. We've been talking about buying sub 40. Good job there. Best returns this far. Sipping the good whiskey this weekend. A little single malt action. Well done. Gary. Shh. Don't worry, baby. It's going to be okay. Bitcoin sitting at 91,303. ETH 31.8. We're going to talk about ETH and why it's so important that ETH is seeing inflows. XRP. Whoa. Up 31% last 24 hours. Volume is insane. Well above $1. $1.16 right now. XLM seeing some moves to 20 cents. VeChain as well making moves. All right, spot Ethereum ETFs witnessed 238 million inflows following the election. All right, the ETH ETFs were a big nothing burger for ETH price-wise. When we saw the BTC ETFs launched, you saw lots of action on BTC. ETH, it was a big nothing burger. And then all of a sudden, like all us alt fans out there, we're all like, whoa, crap. If the ETH one was a nothing burger, does that mean the alt ETFs, like further ones like Sol, XRP, and so forth, that they're going to be kind of nothing burgers? Well, that's starting to change. Data from Soso Value highlights that cumulative net inflows for these ETFs climbed from 94 million on November 12th to 238 million November 14th. That's like almost a 3x inflow. So even your ETF laggards like Ethereum are starting to see money flow into their products. This is starting to be an across the board capital inflow into crypto. And we talk about laggards, right? Well, I want you to think of how much of a laggard Ethereum has been going from proof of work to proof of stake. Ethereum ETFs were big nothing burger price-wise. So now that you're starting to see even some of the poorer performers, because yes, Ethereum is on that list. If you compare ETH to BTC, it's getting pounded. And without loop, so that's just how that goes. So ETH looking better. We're starting to see some action. We're starting to see money thaw. So when your laggards start seeing the money thaw, oh my. And we're going to talk XRP price at the end, everyone, because, this chart looks so good. And Gary, shh, boobala. Not now. The big kids are playing. MicroStrategy holds 26 billion worth of Bitcoin. They now top Nike and IBM in terms of their cash reserves. According to a Bloomberg report, MicroStrategy has turned into one of the biggest businesses in terms of financial reserves. The reason for this was Saylor's decision to invest in BTC rather than keeping the cash. The data shows while some companies like Apple and Alphabet have more money, MicroStrategy's BTC investments are beating a whole bunch. Nike, IBM, J&J, Johnson & Johnson. So Saylor's BTC hedge has proved to be big. The U.S. wants to do a strategic BTC reserve. You're going to see other countries getting this. You're going to see other companies. Because think about all those companies that I just talked about, Nike, IBM, and Johnson & Johnson. They're sitting here going, well, wait a minute. You're telling me that MicroStrategy is doing really, really good because of their investments more so than their company performance? And we're sitting like, yeah. And their money that's sitting on the sideline, the Johnson & Johnsons, the Nikes, the Apples, the General Electric, United Healthcare, Ford Motor, NVIDIA, all those companies are going to start questioning their allocations when it comes to crypto and in their investments. And you're going to see players being like, yo, we can't miss out. MicroStrategy's making the money. El Salvador's making the money. We got to get in on this. This is awesome. This is FOMO on a freaking huge level. And by the way, if you want to check out this article and all the other ones and all my videos, it's all linked in the description down below. Big list there, MicroStrategy. Getting close to ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil's reserves, 26 billion or 26.9. MicroStrategy 26 billion. It's almost $1 billion off. XRP hits the coveted dollar milestone and is holding it. This is the first time since 2021, and Garlinghouse has some good good news. In a recent interview with Fox Business, Ripple's boss Brad Garlinghouse noted that the Trump re-election has brought hope to the cryptosphere. This shouldn't be a surprise, said Garlinghouse. He further observed that the SEC has adopted a hostile stance towards U.S.-based companies for years. According to him, pressure is now expected to end that a pro-crypto leader is set to assume office. It's worth mentioning that the looming leadership change in the United States politics, SEC and so forth, and that this is making XRP traders optimistic. And here's Eleanor breaking that down. And this is a really interesting tweet. XRP Sol ADA. All U.S.-based companies crypto related. So you're seeing a very specific capital inflow to US based ones now that the US based environment is getting better. So did Gary protect the investors? I don't know, because look at the screen right now. Would the screen be this green based on and Gary Gensler leaving being a bad thing? No. In fact, even the stock markets are rallying too. So even the markets he swears that he protects, they're all doing good now that this regulatory crunch is pretty much out of the way. So holy crap, Gary, protecting investors. Girlfriend, you would be effing wrong. So again, shh. You're a punk bitch, Gary. Now, XRP's price is not punk bitch. We're sitting at $1.17 right now. And the move earlier was, juicy, couldn't hold. But look, picked up some much needed support. Let's zoom on into the 15 minutes so we can zoom in enough to see the moves, but again, at the same time, zoom out to see the trend over the last few weeks. Here's that candlestick. This was the scary one. I said, hey, look, I'm looking at that $1, 1.8. Didn't even have to worry about that. We printed back-to-back low candlesticks of just over $1.650. Now working our way back on up. The volume has been absolutely nuts, with almost 22 billion in volume right now. Market cap 66 billion. People, not too long ago, we were talking about in the 20 billions for market cap, and then we touched 30. Now we're into 66 billion. The candlesticks are looking juicy. The volume's looking juicy. This candlestick right here is going to be the one I really pay attention to, because you saw that definite support at 101.80, okay? That is definitely what I'm paying attention to. So my alerts are going to be set on that 101.80, and honestly, looking to break 120. The candlestick before that one had a high of 119.99, so you could see where people had their sell orders. Then they tried to push it through the next candlestick. It did, got pushed back down. So you could see 120 I'm paying attention to on the tops, and on the bottoms, that 101.80. We're going to zoom in on this one, because if we can stay north of that, and this is the weekend when things are supposed to be boring, when traditional finance isn't interested in crypto. What the hell is going to happen on Monday when traditional finance wakes back up and starts seeing that crypto, specifically some of our favorite alts, are pumping to the moon? Well, I know what they're going to say. Gary, you didn't protect shit, so now you need to shh. In full disclosure, I did hang up my Christmas snowman LED light in the front door today. Was it early, or am I okay? Comment down below. I'm okay because the prices are hot AF, and that's what matters most. F the dev news, it's the price action that matters most, and this price action is fueled by a regulatory blanket, a regulatory smothering blanket being lifted up off of you. You know how, like in the summer when you're sleeping and you're really warm and you get really hot in that blanket and you're kind of sweaty and you're kind of like, it's really gross, right? And then when you take that blanket and you freak out and you just like rip it off of you, and then all of a sudden the fan air hits you and you feel nice and cold, that's the SEC. The SEC is that blanket being thrown off, and that cool, refreshing air is the money flowing in, and the money is flowing in because we're starting to get rid of some restrictive things in this space. And the most restrictive, apparently, for XRP has been Gensler and the SEC, but we've known that, right? We've talked about that now for how long, thinking that the SEC has been the rain cloud over the head of XRP holders. Now we're seeing some ETH ETFs move, and ETH ETFs were a big nothing burger. So the big nothing burgers are starting to see some juicy action, and some of our favorites that we follow on the channel are seeing the juicy action. Holy crap. FOMOing into not only altcoin season, into BTC further push season. You're going to have companies out there looking at what MicroStrategy is doing going, shit, we don't want to miss out on this. We're making money too. We're making profit too. But we're only earning 5, 7, 8% on our money. Saylor's doubling his money. Holy crap. Now, it doesn't mean that these companies are going to go full balls deep into BTC like Saylor does, right? You could see these companies going, all right, cool. Out of 100% of our cash holdings, let's put, say, 5% into crypto. And I know you're like, 5%, bro. Yeah, but that's awesome. Because, again, traditional finance, we keep playing just the tip. You know what happens? You get more than the tip. Choo-choo, bitches.